Pat Mahomes is playing this weekend, they're saying, after he dislocates his kneecap just a week ago. That's mind-boggling to me. But if that thing just popped right back into the place where it's supposed to be, if his patella just went out and then came back and then just is all of a sudden good again, I mean, that'll be a magical story, I think, in medicine, but also to Pat Mahomes' incredible athleticism and freakiness. If it's like a shoulder where you can just pop it back in and go back in the fight. Did Zito just yell at that guy?
Yeah. You just heard Zito yell at him. Hey, keep it down.
Seemed to have worked. Zito's either dead, they ran him over. But Pat Mahomes playing, I think, is a very interesting move because I think the Chiefs are going to be able to win some games. Now, granted, they've lost a couple games, but I think the Chiefs will be able to win some games late and get in the playoffs. But if he can't move, they're going to be hindered by that massively.
Packers, too.
Couple formidable edge rusher. Yeah, I mean...
It's the Packers, too. Like, you're probably going to lose this game to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably a game. Let's assume you're going to lose this game.
In Kansas City, but...
Oh, maybe not.
And the Raiders are in Houston, and they're the only team that are close to you in your division, so you assume the Raiders are going to lose at Houston. Why don't you sit Patty out until the Raiders win a game?
Do you think that is the way they look at this? They would have to, right? Some stats and analytics guys like, okay, the Raiders are close. They're going down to Houston. We saw that Houston team. They beat us. Let's assume they're going to beat the Raiders. Because this stretch that the Raiders have been on has been incredibly difficult. I mean, they're in Indianapolis, and then they're in England, and then they're in Green Bay. Now they're in Houston. I think they have another one. At some point, a team can get exhausted from all the travel and the routine being completely ruined. Last week, I mean, the Packers dominated, but I think that was a combination of things. Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers started to click. They're saying, I want 5 touchdowns, I want 6 touchdowns. But also, that Raiders team could have got worn down. I mean, that is something that can very much happen, especially when you're traveling that much. Let's assume that Patty Mahomes is going to lose to the Packers right now because the Packers are very hot. And that defense is very good, which is what has been the key to beating the Chiefs, is a good offense and a defense that can make, some plays. I think this is the Packers' game to win, and I think getting them back in there. But what if his knee is completely healthy? What if that patella, what if they're like, there's nothing we can do to make this better? Whatever you did, it did. I guess a little bit of rest can help, but a strained ligament or something, who knows how long that could take. We'll try to get you out there. I think his ankle should be more of a worry, I guess, at this point, but having a left ankle and a bum right knee is not a good recipe for Pat Mahomes' success, I don't think.
No, and the thing with the Chiefs and Packers is the Packers' weakness, what you would say, is the run game. The Chiefs don't really have a run game right now, so it's like, maybe just, I don't know.
What's that spread there?
Chiefs and Packers.
Chiefs are plus 3.5.
That is correct.
Rodgers is going to be highly motivated, too, with Mahomes phasing them out of those insurance commercials.
Whoa.
Not going to like
He said on this show that he feels like he is getting kind of phased out of that insurance thing. He said it's
a real thing.
Feels like they're phasing me out. Also, everybody's talking about Pat Mahomes being the most talented quarterback to ever come in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers, who kills people with indifference, doesn't say much publicly, but I'm sure he and Danica are watching that stuff being said at home like, oh, is that right? Do people forget when I threw a Hail Mary 95 yards?
It's also prime time.
Off the roof in Detroit. Do people forget that? Do people forget that I would literally outrun people, slide out of bounds, smile, toss the ball back to the ref, and then pat the person who just chased me down on the back and say, hey, not a bad effort there by you. Do people forget that I would scramble to my left and huck it off a one-leg sidearm 65 yards? Aaron Rodgers is probably thinking of all these things, and their offense is clicking. Oh, man. This is tough for the Chiefs here, pal.
Could already see him post-game with a big grin, talking about going home, having a glass of scotch.
Yeah, we really felt good today. That's coming in. We had a good plan. He'll be like so humble or whatever. Aaron, this is a game where Aaron Rodgers is going to go off again, especially coming fresh off a 6-touchdown performance. He knows that that's going to be tough to repeat. Let's see what we can do in prime time, you said?
Yeah, Sunday Night Football.
Which also might be why Pat Mahomes is playing, just for future reference. I mean, he's a primetime player. That's what you're going to want.
Matt Moore is hell of a primetime player. So
people are saying, not a lot of them. So people are saying. All right, I like the Packers there a lot. They're minus 3.5.
Yeah.
I like the Packers a lot. On the road at the home of the Chiefs. Now, that's one of my favorite things that happens, but is that disrespectful to the national anthem?
If LeBron was doing it, yes.
That place is awesome out there. The old Chiefs Kingdom over there. Mm-hmm. What's it called? Arrowhead.
Arrowhead, yeah.
That is awesome. That place is incredible.